Hey, so before we get into the actual meat, I'd like to clarify some of what I'm about to discuss. I'm going to be super critical about myself because last year was a pretty rough year and I need to get the point across that I've grown past those thoughts and feelings I had held. I'm going to repeat myself a lot in this, and I apologize if you find it annoying. When I'm writing my scripts, I need to repeat what I'm talking about so it makes sense to me. Hey, I'm Bread, and this is my annual update video. And since 2019 was the most interesting year for me, this is gonna feel more like a commentary video than a simple update. I'll try to not make them nearly as elaborate or annoying as this one. I just felt the need to explain why I haven't been posting as frequently as I used to. So, within 2019, I only posted 3 actual videos, and between the second and the third, there was an 8-month gap. As you probably suspect, I wasn't working on an 8-minute video for 8 months. I spent about 2 weeks on the video, and during those 7.5 months I was in a massive slump, as after my response video, I hit a wall and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. But now I'm working to get back into the groove of posting more frequently. I won't make any promises though. On the note of those 3 uploads actually, I'd like to take some time to review them and see where I can improve on each of them. Like I said previous, I uploaded 3 pieces of content last year, 2 documentary-esque videos and 1 response to a not-so-good video. And I'd like to take some time to see what I got right and what I got wrong. This video is the worst of the 3, despite the fact I'm overall satisfied with the effort I put into it. In retrospect, there's still a hell of a lot of misinformation in that video, and a lot of things still left unexplained, such as Elvis the Alien's part in it all, as well as really digging my nails into I'm Alex, as there's a myriad of evidence to support the fact that I'm Alex was an unreliable narrator from the beginning. With this said, I'd like to direct your attention to the set of videos made by Nicholas Deorio, and his documenting and expose of the controversy is leagues higher than my own. The research in my video was lackluster and very poorly done. It was all very bare bones, surface level skimming. I didn't do any critical thinking, nor any critical research, and I skimmed over large parts, like Deorio Anthony and how suspicious everything with him was, and, like I said earlier, Elvis and Alex's involvement. As well, someone in my comments had pointed out that I had stated Ed had major depressive disorder, even though he hadn't shown any proof, and that sounded rather invasive, when the reality is that, while yes, it does sound invasive, I had brought it up due to the fact that during a similar controversy with another creator, RedKiwiz, Ed had remained skeptical about RedKiwiz having depression. So I was justifiably skeptical about Ed's depression, due to the controversies being eerily similar.
So how is Kiwi gonna come back from this?
But the thing, like, I was in a really, like, depressed state. Like, she was talking to me, like, she kept on saying how she was saying how she was so attached to me.
Keemstar's reactions are flawless for me here because I feel exactly the same way. So now not only is Kiwi playing victim like a pro, and I must give him credit where it's due, he's very good at it, but now he's blaming a mental illness. He's blaming depression, everyone. We've stooped to that point where we're gonna pretend that being sad, or even genuinely being depressed, is an excuse for sending your cock to a minor.
Finally, about 3-ish minutes into the video, I had used music that Ed himself had used as his outro. The video wound up being claimed for said song by the rights holders. I made the erroneous mistake of trying to remove the infringing audio from the video. At the time, I didn't know that YouTube would just mute the entire segment, and now I do. Unfortunately, I can't revert it back because by the time I noticed when I was going over the video 2 months after, I couldn't revert it back due to it being way too long ago. Nor can I re-upload it due to no longer having the original video anymore. Overall, this video could have been produced a lot better. I could have done my fair share of poking and prodding, but I didn't. And it's a large part why I don't feel enticed to talk about creators who aren't on YouTube anymore, as it's such a finicky subject with real living people involved. By the time this has been uploaded, I'll have updated the description to disavow this video and redirect to the aforementioned videos produced by Nick. Time may come where the video is removed wholesale, but until then it shall stay up to mark the start of my new character stills. This video was a direct response to LSMark, a commentary turned cartoon reviewer who made a less than stellar video about how he thought Game Grumps had become progressively less funny as they grew older. Which is all fine and good until you actually watch the video and leave with a sense of phased confusion and a sense that LSMark doesn't particularly like Aaron Hansen. By and large, I still hold my opinions and don't particularly trust anything Mark says because of it. If I can't exactly trust him to give criticism to the entirety of the Game Grumps group, then I reasonably can't trust him to provide solid opinions on the whole of a piece of media. Anyways, I'm not here to continue shitting on Mark. Instead, I'd like to discuss my video and ruthlessly beat the shit out of myself before anyone else can do it for me. During this entire video, I wasn't nearly as harsh as I think I should have been, using a lot of weasel phrases such as, yeah, his opinions are okay, but these ones aren't as much, when I really should have chastised him for not doing better with the video like this. I pussyfooted around everything because I was fucking terrified of punching up to not seem like a dick and get a reasonable response out of him. I really should have made myself sound more confident in my points. While I received a lot of positive reception for the video, I chose a slower, calmer style which actually doesn't work for a response video, where I need to convince the viewers that the person I'm responding to is an idiot and that they're unreliable. What I should have done is use a different, more confident tone and drop the, yeah, well that's just your opinion, man. As in the end, it made me look like I wasn't confident in my points and I was more scared to dare criticize the great LSMark, Lord of the Opinion. It's silly. Before I go, LSMark had posted a follow-up to his video elaborating on some of his points and clarifying that he shouldn't have mixed joke criticism and real criticism. The fact that he had to point that out made him look worse than the original video did, actually. He lost the second that he posted that video, really. GG, my man. Play the game. Truth be told, my response wasn't the worst. There were some pretty bad ones out there, but with that I could have held myself to a better standard. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to say about it, so next video. I consider this to be the best video I posted within 2019. I spent a lot of time putting nice quality of life things in my video. I even made some pretty good Blender 3D transitions with the knowledge I had at the time. I've much advanced in my knowledge of Blender and I might be able to do more with it in the future. If I were to critically analyze it though, the transitions were either uninteresting to look at, as well as not matching the entire feeling of the rest of the video, being more colorful and generally cheerier compared to the more grim and morbid topic of the video. Talking about the deaths of some poor kids in the wrong places at the wrong times. I could have also used more higher quality footage, as the lower quality footage had distorted when I upscaled it, making it look pretty bad. With all this said, 2019 was probably the year that I was most consistently happy with the stuff I posted. Everything, criticisms excluded, has aged pretty well. I'm still pretty happy with how things came out last year. I just wish I hadn't hit that wall for 8 months. That ruined my appearance and recommended, but I can't change the past, so it's redundant to dwell on it. With that, let's go talk about why I hit that wall for a bit, huh? The last video I posted last year was at the start of November, so it's been about 6 months between content. Why is that? It's largely due to personal emotions and thoughts I've been dealing with, specifically a fear of imperfection, as I feel I have to one-up myself with every upload. I've also been dealing with a severe lack of motivation, as every topic I've wanted to make a video on has had videos made on them tenfold, and I feel like everything I wanted to say has already been said, in a better way, by someone else. I really shouldn't think this way, and I'm going the extra mile to stop, and I can comfortably say that I'm doing a lot better about it than I used to. I just gotta think about what I want to say and how I want to say it in a way that makes sense to me. I've also been fighting against a small amount of imposter syndrome. It happened a bit after the LSMark video. I had begun doubting the authenticity of the microscopic success that I have gained on this platform. I was paranoid that the next upload everyone would think my content wasn't as good as they thought it was and abandon ship, leaving me in the dust. With this said, these feelings by and large have been quelled since the Evil Otto video, as I posted a video I thought was good, and I received generally positive reception from. Even though it was 8 months between content, it really reassured me that I am in fact pretty good at what I do and I have no reason to be skeptical about things. All in all, thanks for the support on the Evil Otto video, it hit me where it matters. The current plan for the channel is that I'm going to try and produce some shorter, simpler documentary videos that get me back in the groove of making these things. As for a while, I've been going absolutely crazy editing Bread Plays content alone. I need a break from listening to four idiots screaming at each other, and what better time to do it than now? I made a community post about this already, so I'll just read it verbatim. I've made about 90% of my videos private to change the focus to what I really enjoy doing, short documentary type videos. I'm not really proud of the content that I deleted, and most of it made the feel of the channel really weird, like the animations or the speed arts, or the short reviews and vlogs. With that said, if you've downloaded any of my content for any reason, preservation, cringe, whatever, I'm giving you full permission to re-upload it, just put my YouTube in the description. This entails live streams, announcements, etc. So, here's to future content. I can't say when I'll officially get to work on it, but until then, I hope you guys are happy with this update to expose some of what's been bouncing through my head for a few months now. With this, if you're annoyed with my sporadic uploads and like hearing me talk about things, I've got two cool channels for you. Bread Plays is my Let's Play channel where I get 2 or 3 friends with me to play a game or two. It's pretty good, I'm actually pretty proud of the content that's been posted there recently. The creme de la creme of the channel so far are these series. I'm the most proud of them due to either the gameplay, the commentary, or the videos in general. Sometimes I spend a video talking about a game and how it works or how it doesn't work, annoying YouTube game reviewer style. If you like hearing me explain things sometimes, I've got a channel exclusively doing tutorials about things that I know how to do with art programs galore. So far I've only got one video about simple zooms and fade 2s in hit film, but in the future I will post more, including speed arts, speed sculpts, and other miscellaneous art stuff. Aside from that, if you want to check me out on different platforms, here's all the media I actually use. I do have other stuff, I just don't have a desire to promote it or use it anymore, so yeah. And that's it for the 2020 update. That's really everything that I wanted to say. That's everything off my chest. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.